Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here with your general reading for the week of January 16th through January 22nd. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump in, see what's happening, going on, coming in for you in general this week, Aquarius. And what does Aquarius need to know? What do they need to hear? What do they need to see, Spirit? What needs to come through for Aquarius? I hope you guys are having a fabulous start to the week. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. I will be doing the mid-month or mid-January reading. Should be coming out tomorrow. So be sure to check that out. And you know what I noticed, or what I realized? Wow. Is that I didn't do the Aquarius monthly love reading. So I might be doing one of those. I know it'll be a bit late, but yeah, I didn't even realize that I hadn't done that. So if you guys noticed, kudos for you. I just, yeah. Didn't even pay attention to the fact that I didn't do it. All right. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, well, that one wants to come out too. King of Swords. Bent over when I try to put it back in or pushed it back in there. All right. Let's see. Actually, let's look at the bottom the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for this week. Aquarius, for your general reading, is the Ten of Wands. Very interesting indeed here, Aquarius. So this overall energy, some of you have been feeling like there's been a big weight on your shoulders as of recently, and maybe for quite a bit. Some of you feel like, you know, you're being burdened, or there's so much on your plate that it's just like you just maybe feel like you can't get out from under it. Okay, so what's coming through is that there's a need to prioritize. For some of you, you feel like there's just so much, there's so much, and you're not making the progress maybe that you're wanting or hoping to make. And some of you are on the verge of being like, you know what, there's just too much. I'm ready to give up. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to, you know, kind of this like I give up energy is what keeps coming through here, Aquarius. And Spirit is indicating, you know, that you are right on the verge. You're close to that success or that outcome being fulfilled. Don't give up right before your miracle, okay? Don't give up. You need to prioritize. Get things kind of organized and get into a kind of a process or habit of doing things a certain way consistently, okay? Don't give up. Don't, you know, your miracle is right around the corner. That success is on its way. This is your overall energy. This is kind of a big overall energy here, Aquarius, but some of you really need to hear this message during this time. With that, you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Swords coming in here. So that Knight of Pentacles energy with that overall energy is coming through with this kind of that consistency coming through here again, prioritizing, right? Whatever lessons you have learned with that Three of Swords, use those to your benefit. Don't let them drag you down. Sometimes it feels as if we are really like kind of doing big things or reaching big kind of milestones. And then, you know, the next week, maybe it feels like we're not doing very much, or things aren't showing up, or as if we've like slipped all the way back down the mountain for some, right? Maybe there was a sled there and you accidentally jumped on. I'm not sure, but there's lessons within all of that, that reminder that there are ups and there are downs, that there's, you know, the waves, that there is that gradual movement sometimes, and other times it's like you're in the fast lane. this is a reminder that Spirit wants to come through for you during this time. Stay consistent, and even in those moments where it feels like things are a little bit lower or things aren't coming through in the way that you want, because there is a lesson within all of this with that Three of Swords. Sometimes it feels difficult. Sometimes we feel like we want to give up. But the Spirit, or the message, excuse me, that's coming through here from Spirit is don't give up before your miracle, okay? This is a phase, it feels, or what I'm feeling is it's a phase where you're right on the verge of leveling up. There's something that you're learning throughout this. It may be to step back to basics. It may be to slow down a little bit. It may be to have that patience, but there is a new beginning in sight here, Aquarius, because your next card that you have here, the next two cards that you have here, is the Fool and the Ace of Wands. Both are new beginnings, or both can come through as new beginnings. This is really, really gorgeous energy. That Ace of Wands energy is the birth of something new. This is newness coming in, as well as a new beginning with that Fool energy, that spontaneous kind of energy. Some of you just need to take a breather, okay? Some of you have gotten into certain habits or certain things and or gotten used to, having a certain amount of something, whatever this may be specifically for you, invites to things, maybe dates or offers for dates, whatever it may be. It may be commission, or it may be sales, whatever it pertains to for you here, Aquarius. This is, some of you have noticed that there's a potential slow down, and maybe this is just in January here, because we can tend to notice that things are amped up and pumped up and all of that, right, in November and December because of the holidays. Everything's like going quick, fast, and then as January rolls around, it feels like everything kind of stops or screeches to a halt, right? And we can know that this is going to happen. We can know that this is going to happen, Aquarius. So for many of you, if this is where you're at, you probably knew this. You knew this was going to happen. And yet we can get ourselves into this place, in this stage, into this state or area where it feels as if everything is lost, and Spirit is reminding you, no, right? You went through a cycle, you went through a process, or you have been. Now it's time for something new, time for leveling up, time for a new beginning, time for some brilliant new idea to be potentially birthed, time for some new passion. And this doesn't mean you're starting from scratch or starting over. It just means that something new is bubbling or being birthed. There's a new beginning, a level up for many of you is what's coming through here, okay? Now then you also have that Four of Swords energy and the Page of Wands energy coming in with that. That Four of Swords energy really coming in here with that energy of just taking a breath, okay? Taking a breath. Let yourself step back and relax for just a minute. Again, that November, December energy tends to be that go energy, quick, exciting, really amped up energy. And then January can tend to feel like a little bit of a letdown as things come down, and we can feel like we're not doing enough, or we're not showing up enough, or we're not being enough, whatever it may be for you, Aquarius. But what's coming through here is to just take a step back and allow yourself to breathe, okay? With that Four of Swords energy, this is step into that area of recuperation, or recouping. That word was interesting. Kind of recouping your energy, stepping back into self-love, stepping back into a space of yourself. For some of you, going back into that basics, because when we're so amped up, when we're going, and everything is so quick, as it is for many during the holidays, for many it's, a prime sale season, or that sort of thing, big revenue coming in, whatever it may be, lots of events, lots of dates, lots of social things, lots of parties, lots and lots and lots and lots. And then January, we can feel like, oh my gosh, do I even have a life? Right? But Spirit's indicating just, take that breath. Let yourself recoup. Let yourself mend. Let yourself have rest. That's been some big stuff, right? But don't let yourself feel like it's time to give up just because, right now you're like in that in-between stage where things were so fast, and now we're back in January and things are slowing down, but we feel like things aren't moving because we're not moving at the speed of light like we have been. And Spirit is indicating that that doesn't mean that there's not movement, okay? Give yourself some space, give yourself, take some deep breaths and keep going, okay? Now with that, you also have that Page of Wands coming in here, and that Page of Wands energy is that passion energy. This Page of Wands is, feeling that like moving back into the basics and feeling that feeling of adventure, that feeling of excitement, that feeling of creativity. Sometimes things are just moving so fast that we're not really in that stage. We're just going. We're just going, and moving as quick as we can without really being in a state of creativity or in a state of feeling passion. It's just putting things out there as quickly as we can, doing it to do it just because we feel like we have to do it. And Spirit is indicating that, in this moment and during this week, Aquarius, you're really going to step back into this phase, or be stepping back into this phase of really following your heart, moving back into things that are making you passionate, moving back into things that really are kind of creative based instead of just throwing whatever's out there and seeing if it sticks. Okay. So, even if you're feeling a little bit burdened or whatever, it's time to prioritize. Go back to what you already know. You've learned so many lessons when we look at this here, right? You've learned so many lessons. Sometimes everything goes so faster at the speed of light that we can forget or not remember the lessons that we've learned, and then we can feel like we're standing still. And Spirit is indicating that that is not the case. Go back to what you know before things got so fast, and for some, so out of control. Okay. Now your advice, which you just were, we just had some advice, but you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Knight of Swords. Very, very big advice coming through here for you, Aquarius, for this general reading. With that Nine of Pentacles, this is really moving back into that independence, into that place where you're really doing what it is that works for you, that is makes you feel passionate. It's not really, for some, we can get into the space where all the holidays and all the, not the holidays, the events, the social, the maybe the views, the likes, or whatever it may be, depending on where it is, maybe Instagram, or maybe you're a very social person, we can get into the space of how it looks for everybody else. But you're moving, your advice or guidance here, Aquarius, is to really move back into what feels good or what feels true and right for you. Be able to move back into that more independent, doing what it is that you want, really being open to giving and receiving, and really having that energy of being in fulfillment, even if you're not moving as fast, right? Again, Spirit's coming through here. Don't give up before your miracle. Okay. Now you also have that Emperor coming in here, and with that Emperor energy is that energy of really planning, right? Prioritizing what your next moves are going to be so that you're actually taking care of yourself and taking care of business, so to speak, within your life, however that resonates for you. Really taking your own power back, and tuning into that spiritual side, and what feels good for you. Okay, instead of just jumping at anything willy-nilly just because of fear. See, there's a lot of fear coming in for you during this time, Aquarius, that you knew that this was going to happen, right? And the time is now that it's coming through, that it's happening. But that fear, you knew things were going to slow down. You knew things were going to, kind of go to this place that you're feeling like you're at now. You knew that it's almost as if it's inevitable when there's so many highs with, the end of the year and all of that celebration and all of that stuff. And then in January, it's almost as if everything kind of stops. It's almost like there's a cog in the wheel and things stop. So this is going to happen probably every year. We know this is going to happen, but then we tend to forget with all that up energy. And then when it comes to this almost slow down or stop energy in January and sometimes February, right? Then we can feel as if, oh, well, this isn't working, or what did I do, or what happened, right? You knew this was going to happen, and now that it's here, it's time to prioritize. Go back to the things that you know. For some of you, back to basics, okay? But really, having kind of a structure, having kind of this energy of planning, or moving back into that spiritual kind of side of yourself instead of that knee-jerk side, which a lot of us get into in that time, because there's just so much going on and it's happening so fast and everything's moving so quickly. Moving back into kind of that basics for some of you, it's going to be, maybe moving back into a meditative state. For some of you, maybe focusing back in on drinking teas or things that are more beneficial for you, and more your a more natural or beneficial diet, that sort of thing. All of those things could come into play. Having better sleep patterns, or moving into a more structured sleep pattern where you're not up all night, or that sort of thing. There's a lot that's going to go into this, to for those of you that are feeling as if you're really burdened, or there's a lot of things, right, that maybe aren't going as quickly or happening the way that they were. Okay, or if you're feeling a weight on your shoulders, or feeling like you're ready to give up, Spirit's saying don't give up before your miracle, because there is a level up. You are right in the process of a level up. You knew this was going to happen, right, Aquarius? We knew that there was that real big speed up, and sometimes that happens throughout, not even just with the holidays and that sort of things. We have these ups and downs. We have these ebbs and flows. We have this time where, the energy. I did a video quite a while back where Spirit had me do like a bar graph, where it showed that, well, not a bar graph, but a chart of sorts, where it showed like the higher highs and then the lows and then the highs, and we know that this is going to happen. We know that there's going to be times, and sometimes we can think about those times, at least right now with this reading, what's coming through, as those times to allow ourselves to step back and take a breath, recuperate, really rejuvenate, really renew ourselves, right? Rest, do the things that we need to do. And that's what's coming through with us. So don't give up. You're in this level up. You're kind of in the in between, in the gap, if you will, of leveling up. And sometimes it feels as if nothing's happening, Aquarius, but there definitely is stuff happening now with that Knight of Swords energy. This is really this energy of moving into the next level of excellence. And that is where you're at. So again, Spirit is indicating, allow yourself to be in the space of holding that ambition, holding that vision, knowing where it is that you're going, even in those moments where you're resting, even in those moments where you're relaxing, even in those moments where you're recuperating. Don't let fear run the show. Don't do things just because you're fearful or just because you're scared, because this level up is going to happen either way, Aquarius. But if you're doing things because you're fearful, that's putting you into a lack state, and it could cause a little bit of a delay for you, okay? So don't do things just because you're fearful, especially when it's in this low kind of time, or when things aren't moving as quickly for some of you as they have been. And also, don't give up right before your miracle. Just because you're feeling this little bit doesn't mean that, you need to jump through fiery hoops, or what have you, right? Let yourself recuperate, let yourself kind of relax, and know that you're in the process of this level up, and holding kind of strong, or holding kind of your position, Aquarius. If you need to relax, if you need to take a breather, if you need to take some time out, allow yourself to do that, and know that everything will not be lost, okay? Wow, big impressive message coming through here for you, Aquarius. Some of you really, really need to hear this during this time. I feel like I needed to hear this during this time as well. So coming through for all of us, gorgeous energy. I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel and to support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.